Hi, my name's Sandy. This is Sandy's Loose Knit. Welcome to my channel. I started this channel today, December 1st, so I could participate in the Vlogmas that everybody's talking about. I started my journey June 1st, and I had been saying ever since I started that I was going to start a vlog. And 6 months later, exactly, I still have not started on that. So I decided what better time than right now during Vlogmas, December, everybody's in the spirit. It'll be fantastic. So this channel is going to be about my weight loss journey. No, let's scratch that. About my get back to health journey. About my better me journey. Let me tell you my story. Back in March, I went to an appointment with a friend of mine, and I took advantage of the scale while at the doctor's office. I don't have one at home. And I found out that I weighed 322 pounds. Now, I knew I was a big girl. Did not know I was 322 pounds worth of big. Now, I have to say that I am only 4'11". I'm stretching it a bit. I'm actually 4'10" and a half, but we'll go 4'11". So that made my BMI 65. 65. I was blown away. And I felt miserable. Oh my goodness, I was so miserable. My feet hurt so bad. My knees hurt. My back hurt. Every joint in my body hurt. I had so much edema and swelling in my legs and my feet that my skin felt like I had my feet in a bucket of jellyfish. It was horrible. My blood sugar fasting in the mornings was up above 200. My blood pressure was like 220s, 230s, over 160, 170. I mean, we're talking stroke level. And I just kept eating. So that day I decided no more. I have got to do something. So I did the obvious thing, cut out the candy and cut out pop. And then in the beginning, or no, it was the end of April, another friend of mine had a doctor's appointment, and I took her. And then I decided again, I feel like I've lost so much weight. Oh, I was so excited. I really thought, I'm going to get on the scale, and I'm going to be down below 300 pounds. I've lost so much weight. So I jumped on the scale and was so disappointed. Was so let down. I had felt good. I felt like I lost a lot of weight. I was 316. 6 pounds in a month. And instead of being happy and celebrating that I had lost 6 pounds, I let that define me in some negative way, and I became so depressed and irritated with myself that it wasn't 26 pounds, that I wasn't below that 300 mark. And it just floored me. So I pretty much ate for another 2 weeks straight with no regard to my health. And then a friend of mine invited me to what I thought was like a weight loss meeting. And here it was a sales pitch by a company, a very good company, but I learned that on the way that we were going, they were selling supplements and protein shakes and those kind of things. So I was like, okay, but at least it's something. It's a start somewhere. So on the way to that meeting, on the ride over, I decided I was buying whatever they were selling. And I was going to start. As soon as I got those products, I was going to start, and I didn't care what it was. So I went and I listened to the presentation, and I bought a whole month's supply of product, and it was supposed to be like 2 meal replacement shakes a day, and you took this powder that was called the greens, and then you had these fizzy drinks to boost energy and replace your soda, and they were good. Everything was good. I got that package at the end of the last week of May, and I decided, I need to look at testimonials. I need to see what people say about this company, because I ordered blindly. I just went ahead and jumped in the deep end with both feet without even thinking about what are you ingesting. So I started watching testimonials, and of course everything was wonderful. Everything people had to say about it was wonderful. But during the testimonies, I heard a woman talking about she does these meal replacement shakes in tandem with something called intermittent fasting. I was like, what's that? So the next video I watched was on intermittent fasting. And that was very interesting. In each video I was watching about intermittent fasting, most people were talking about something called keto. So I was like, okay, I need to look up and see what this keto is. What's keto? So then I started watching videos on keto and came across a video by a lady named Casey, Go Keto with Casey. And when she spoke and she talked about keto and how simplistic it was, it just connected. And I was like, that's it. That's what I need, because I'm an all or nothing type of girl. I can't just have a little bit of something. I have to overindulge or not indulge at all. And I mean, even my eating patterns back before I started keto, I was already intermittent fasting, because I'd wake up in the morning and I would have nothing. Nothing for breakfast, nothing for lunch. And about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I would start eating, and then that would be it. I would not stop eating until I went to bed. So I could probably eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories in a day, but all in my eating window. I was just binge eating from the time I started to eat for the day until I went to bed. And it was horrible. It was a horrible way to eat. It was a horrible way to feel. So when Casey had said that she started keto just by the next meal, she didn't put a carb in her mouth, it just clicked with me. I was drinking green tea at the time, and it was store-bought, so it had a little bit of sugar in it, but I picked it because I thought that's a healthy choice. I had cut out all pop, so that was a healthy choice. In my mind, it was a healthy choice. So I looked at that green tea, and it had sugar in it, so I went right to the sink, and I dumped it, and I started keto in that moment. In that moment, I started keto. And I didn't have anything for the rest of the day, because when I had already thought about what I'd had way over 20 carbs, so I was at my limit, so I didn't eat for the rest of the day. The next morning, I had eggs and bacon, and I started making sure I was keeping those carbs below 20. I had started my ketogenic way of life, and I will never allow sugar to pass these lips again. I feel fantastic. It has been exactly 6 months, 6 full months, and I've lost 75 pounds. I'm so proud of myself. I can't believe I've stuck to it. But then I say that, and it's like, yeah, I can, because it's so easy. It's not hard to stick to. Oh my goodness. It's so easy. It's like it takes away all your cravings. It takes away all that desire for the garbage. There could be somebody sitting right here beside me having cake and ice cream, and the smell of it is off-putting now to me. I do not want that stuff anymore. And that's such a freeing feeling. I love it. I am over the moon with the control that this diet or way of life has given me, because I have never had control. Even dieting in the past, I always felt like I was right on that edge of wanting something, cheating per se. And I don't feel that. I don't want anything. You can eat it. I can look at it. I don't want it. I just don't. No more. It won't ever rule my life again. Now I can easily say that I have had an eating disorder my whole life. You do not get to 322 pounds without having an eating disorder. It is what it is. And will I always have that eating disorder? I'm sure I will. If I let carbs back into my life, rather it be fruit, grains, starchy vegetables, sugar, if I let any of that stuff back into my life again, I'm going to go over the deep end. So I just won't have it no more. I won't allow that into my life. My dad came down today. It's, of course, December 1st, and he is in the Christmas spirit, and he made cookies. He makes cookies a lot during the month of December. And he brought me a tray. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Somebody was wanting to chit-chat with me. So he brought me a tray of cookies. And I told him, thanks, Dad, but no thank you. I'll give them to my husband. And my dad's like, oh, just one ain't gonna hurt you, To have a couple, it ain't gonna hurt you. And I was like, yeah, it will. One will hurt me, because then it will lead to 2, and then it will lead to 3, and I'll be out of control. And that's how it happens. It's not a gradual slope for me. I jump right off the cliff. And I told him, I said, I'm not trying to be rude, and I appreciate that you made the cookies, but Scott's going to enjoy them. I will not have one. I cannot do that to myself. I cannot allow myself to backslide because I'm trying to people please. So I'm not doing that no more. Sandy's no longer a people pleaser. You won't believe how many times I have broken a weight loss journey to please somebody else. Not because I wanted to, but because I got invited to a birthday party or somebody's anniversary party or out to a nice dinner for some kind of special occasion. And then I think to myself, oh man, I don't want to insult anybody. I don't want to hurt their feelings. What are they going to think if I don't eat the cake and ice cream? What are they going to think if I don't have that pasta that they made, or this elaborate dinner and this 5-course meal? And every time I have ever broken a diet, it has been in that type of situation where I was doing wonderful, got invited someplace, asked to eat off plan, and that was it. I jumped off the cliff. Never want to go back to it again. It could be, I could have lost 70 pounds and then ate off plan one day, can't get control, 5, 6, a year goes by, and I've gained back the weight I lost plus 10 to 20 more. That has happened to me time and time again in my whole adult life, and I'm not going to allow it no more. So Sandy's no longer a people pleaser. I'm going to tell people, I don't expect you to cater to me. I will come to your party, I will come to your event, but I will bring my own food. And I will not be caught unplanned again. So my dad used to tell me when I was little, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And that's in our way of eating too. If we do not take care of that, if we do not pre-plan our day, if we do not make sure, if we get stuck in traffic, if something like that comes up, if we're not making sure that we're covered by carrying things with us that will keep us on plan, we're setting ourselves up for failure. We're planning to fail if we're not prepared. So I'm going to be Mrs. Preparedness. I keep a little pouch, a little ketogenic, all my Knorr chicken cube, a thermos of hot water, a packet of tuna, a thing of mayo, a little thing of mustard, a little pack of onions, so I can make tuna salad in the car if I need to. Get stuck in a traffic jam. It has happened to me. Stuck in a traffic jam for 4 hours, and I had my little pouch, and I had my hot water in my thermos. I made a cup of Knorr chicken soup, and I made chicken broth, I guess I should say, and tuna salad, and I had some turkey sticks, and I had some Land O'Lakes cheese sticks, and it got me through those 4 hours waiting. Not that I couldn't have waited to get home, but I was doing the intermittent fasting at the time, and that was right in the middle of my eating window. So I either had it with me Or I am that strict about it that I would not have eaten outside my window when I got home. So I'd have just extended my fast, which is no biggie. Instead of going 20 hours, would have went, what would that have been? 44 hours, which is fine. So, yeah, it's been a very strange road this last 6 months. A very strange journey. And I am glad to say at this time my fasting blood sugars are hovering around 105 on average. My blood pressure is perfect. It's back down to perfect. I mean, like, we're talking 115 over 65. Perfect. No edema. You can see all the veins in my feet. I haven't had edema in quite a long time. All my arthritis. I have no pains in my joints. And all of that, to be honest, came under control within that first 30 days. So now I just have to maintain it, just continue the weight loss and maintain my healthy feeling. And, I should probably wrap this up so that I have other things to talk about, because I plan on vlogging every day for the month of December. I want to do the Vlogmas. So I can't wait to talk to you again tomorrow. You guys have a great evening and blessings, and see you then.